No, right? Why do you need a halo light?
Some less.
Like bad money on the one.
Casual racism. It's like the new cool ironic thing that people are doing, like saying lol or clipping adjectives in speech making you look very profesh. Almost like being casually racist is somehow okay. The nominees for the publicly voted Gold Logie Award are apparently the most diverse lineup ever. Except I didn't realise that our barometer for diversity is in fact the cast of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Oh my god, which of these white men do you think would yell at, "It's Morphin time"? In a time where 80% of Australian television is either white people crying over renovations or white people crying over cooking, we think that the cast of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is really great in comparison with what happened last year, whose gold nominees were whiter than an Irish girl's sunbaking. Apparently many people from the media elite did not take to the nominations positively, saying that the Logies were an embarrassment and a joke because of the nominations of Lee Lin Chin and Waleed Ali, which is confusing. Saying that the Logies have nominated people of colour for the sake of being diverse is kinda low-key racist. The hashtag #LogiesTooWhite emerged earlier last week after the host of the Today Show, Carl Stefanovic, joked that his co-host Lisa Wilkinson had failed to be nominated for the Gold Award because she was too white. To which Wilkinson responded with, "I got a spray tan and everything and still didn't make it." Lol. Could we get more casually racist as a nation? I mean, come on, this is morning television. It's interesting how classic Aussie banter can so casually involve racism in this way, and that's what's problematic. It's almost unbelievable to the media elite that we, the Australian people, could choose Gold Logie nominees that weren't all white. This article on the SBS website said that there are more actors dressed in full-bodied cow suits who randomly shower viewers with cash than people of colour on our breakfast television shows. But this is the norm of Australian presenting. If we were to play Family Feud with the types of things that we see on morning TV, a cash cow would probably be one of the top 10 answers. Or a NutriBullet. There are more NutriBullets on TV than people of diversity. The response to these nominees have been varied, from the media elite giving their opinions to rando people on Facebook just saying whatever they want. The Daily Telegraph followed up with their Logies are an embarrassment because #NotAllWhites, with a piece entitled "Why Waleed Ali Doesn't Deserve a Logie." The author argues so seriously that diversity needs to become the norm before he can win. The project has also been criticised for not being popular enough to deserve a gold Logie. But last year, it was Kerry Bickmore who walked away with the gold statue. Meanwhile, Chin stands as SBS's first gold nominee. But wait, she's got a social media campaign, and all the TV industry figures are outraged. But why are they? She's had a 40-year career, she's been a news presenter for most of that, she's worked on the feed, she's interviewed Nicole Kidman, but for some reason is deemed unworthy because of a social media presence. The way that mainstream thinks of Chin and Ali is by calling them cult figures, symbols of a group of people who only ride bikes, live in Fitzroy, and partake in a paleo diet, while also watching someone of Asian descent read the news in an Asian accent. It's too difficult to accept that people actually like her. But we're all mates here. 1 in 4 of us are born overseas. 43.1% of people have one overseas-born parent. Multiculturalism plays a big part in the nation of Australia, but you wouldn't think so if you turned on the TV, day or night. But that's not racist though.
The Instagram algorithm is coming, but what does that mean? About a month ago, Instagram announced they'd be introducing a Facebook-style algorithm for their content. What this will do is prioritize the content the company thinks you'll engage with the most and push this to the top of your feeds, and push the rest of the stuff down. And this is a pretty significant move for the company, and like any change on social media, people are losing their shit about it. The main problem people seem to have with this change is that it might start prioritizing paid content over the accounts that people actually want to see. Often these smaller accounts don't have the kind of resources to pump into promotional posts, and therefore might not be able to stay on top of people's feeds for much longer. Since it began, Instagram has been showing people the most recent updates from the people they follow first. And this gave it a sense of fairness. If you wanted Insta fame, you'd have to work for it. You'd have to take great photos and crop them to perfection and master the hashtags. You couldn't really pay for prominence on the app, you'd have to earn it. If that photo of your dog didn't go viral, it wasn't anyone else's fault, it was yours. It's because you're a bad photographer and your dog is ugly. With the move to an algorithmic feed, there's a risk that content without a commercial backing might struggle to make itself seen. Many artists, designers, and small businesses rely on Instagram for marketing, but this could be under threat from corporations who can just throw a heap of money into promotional posts without applying so much as a filter. Another concern is that this change might weaken the artistic nature of Instagram itself. With the likelihood of promotional posts becoming more dominant on Instagram feeds, it's likely that some of this promoted content won't be as aesthetically pleasing as the stuff we've become used to. For brands to succeed in the past, posts would first and foremost have to look good. Now, however, fat stacks of cash could overtake creativity as the factor that determines success on the platform. And this must be particularly upsetting for anyone whose career plan was a professional Instagrammer. I'm sorry, your artsy skills just aren't really that important anymore. Instagram's reasoning behind the change is that users tend to miss up to 70% of the content on their feeds. The company wants the 30% that you do see to be the best possible 30% for you, which doesn't sound too sinister on the outside. Posts from friends and favourite Fitspo accounts will still be there, just in a different order, and that order is going to be determined by how you engage with these posts. However, the more control the company has over what you see on your newsfeed, the more opportunities it's going to have to show you promotional content and to force users to pay for their content to be seen as well. While a lot of people are up in arms about this change, some people saying that it'll ruin the Instagram experience for them entirely, it's important to remember that Facebook went through a similar thing a few years ago. Many Facebook users were pissed off when the site switched from a chronological feed to an algorithm-based one, but now no one seems to really care, and the same thing is probably going to happen to Instagram after this change. It's not clear if there'll be an opt-out option for people who don't like this change, but for now you don't have to worry too much. It hasn't been fully rolled out yet. The end times are coming though, so enjoy Instagram while it lasts. Thanks for watching Media Matters. We'll see you next week.